Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the close of the 61st session of the Legislature of Wyoming. And it's been quite a journey, quite an experience, and we've accomplished a whole lot of good work. There's certainly been a lot of different types of issues. We've worked on things that had to do with health care. We've worked on issues that had to do with firearms, with social issues. But I have to tell you, the majority of the work that's gone on has really been tied to what we came down here, and I think most of the legislators came to Cheyenne to be involved in. And that was focusing on our economy, focusing on education, and again, protecting this great environment. When we talk about economy, I have to say there's been a lot of good work done that I think has been respectful of small business. There's been opportunities created for large business, and the bills have been interesting and the work's been challenging. When it comes to education, Senate File 70, Senate File 146, good bills that really help look at the entire education system on how we can best support and encourage and improve the opportunities for our children going forward. On the environment, we looked at and passed the bill that helps protect and preserve our parklands, notably up in Teton Park, and being able to transfer those school lands back over to the park and still retain the benefit and the value to help education. Just some bills that we've dealt with in the last couple of days that have been, I think, interesting. Not the biggest issues we've been involved, but important to certain groups of people. The Coroner Record Confidentiality Bill. That was one that after being reviewed, revised, amended, it allows access to the records that I think are important to the public. The cause of death, some of those key issues that people may need to know about. But it also protects, I think, issues that are important to families in particular, and that is the finer details of an autopsy, videos, photographs, so forth. And so a respectful bill is the way it came out, I feel. Impersonation by electronic means. For the first time in Wyoming's history, we have the word spoofing that is most likely going to be on the records. Now, spoofing, you think about it, and the first impression is it's people playing around on their cell phones, on their computers, But the trouble is, there is harm. There's harm, and sometimes folks try to do harm. And so spoofing, if it causes or attempts to cause harm to another person, is now illegal. So there's got to be intent there, and there's got to be some outcomes. Off-road vehicles. Off-road vehicles for the first time. If you're using them in the agricultural business, whether it's changing the water, moving cattle, feeding, fixing fence, whatever it might be, there's now an allowance that an off-road vehicle can go down and use the roadways without being licensed. One of our senators pointed out that on his ranch that had a county road going through it, he had to have his four-wheeler licensed to drive down the borrow pit of a county road that he had given an easement for. And so that corrects that action. One that goes back to my history in law enforcement and working with search and rescue is House Bill 243, human remains. And the ability for portions, and I mean very small portions, it might be hair, it might be blood, it might be something like that, can be used to help train search and rescue dogs. Critical in the event of an earthquake or some other disaster. And now the search and rescue dogs can receive the specific and focused training to help them be of the most benefit. So what a session it's been. 2 months of long days, short nights, great community input. People across the state are really involved, and the internet has been a wonderful thing as far as reaching out and helping that interaction and that rapid communication between the citizenry and their electeds. So thank you, and I look forward to coming home.